What's going on, everybody? We are back with a brand new video, and I had mulled over for several days if I was going to actually do a video addressing this and kind of giving my thoughts on it, with so many people already lending their voices to it. But I thought about it the other day and I said, well, if everyone else is speaking on it, heck, why not me as well? And so here we go. So as you know, Draymond Green, when the Warriors played the Suns recently, I think it was late in the second quarter, hauled off and socked Yusuf Nurkic dead in the face, right? Just hauled off and socked him. So, to make a long story short, he's now been suspended indefinitely. And now, because Steve Kerr made this statement, and Bob Myers and all this type stuff, which I'm gonna circle back to in a minute, but at any rate, there's now been apparently some sort of meeting to where a plan has been mapped out to get Draymond the assistance that he needs. And quite frankly, I'm calling BS on this, okay? Because I don't want to hear about mental health now, okay? And before anyone in the comments section wants to jump in with the case, say, oh, you're making fun of people with mental illness, yada, yada, yada. No, I'm not. Shut up. So, no, I'm not. Because it wasn't mental illness when he punched out Jordan Poole. It wasn't mental illness when he used Domantas Sabonis' chest as a doormat. It was, but now, or it wasn't mental illness when when going around kicking people in the junk. Because remember, he was a habitual junk kicker for a long time. But now, all of a sudden, I'm hearing this mental illness excuse being thrown out there. And don't try to use that as a shield for your effery. Like, don't do that. But now, so I really don't want to hear that. It's a cop out and it's an excuse. Okay? And when you look at it, and just like I said earlier, when you look at it, this Nurkic situation was not isolated. As I just outlined, there's a documented history of foolishness from this guy. And by and large, he either skated by or he got little slaps on the wrist. And so when you have someone who engages in foolish behavior and they're allowed to get away largely without accountability, well, they feel like they can do what they want. They can operate with almost near impunity. The police in some ways. Very interesting how that works. And so each incident escalates. It escalates. And so then you get to the point where you graduate from junk kicking to knocking out teammates to punching other people on other teams. And here we're to this point. And so to the Warriors, while certainly I'm not sitting here excusing what Draymond did, okay? And I'm not going to foist the responsibility all the way over to the Warriors, but they as an organization have to look at themselves in the mirror, because they helped build this monster, because you didn't deal out consequences when this first started. And so when you don't do that, it continues to build, just like I said, and by extension the NBA. But then when you look at who's running the NBA, it kind of makes sense. But the other thing, why they want to do this is just the latest example of when you're dealing with knuckleheads, when the talent production of the equation starts to skew in the wrong direction, meaning it's going down, and it no longer will justify a team or even a league putting up with questionable behavior from a player. Because I said back in the day, he was making all-star teams and all NBA and winning Defensive Player of the Years and championships. So that stuff was either overlooked, or you just, we'll sit you down for a game or so here. Nothing really substantial in terms of dealing with consequences for his action. But now, now that side of the coin is decreasing in terms of what he's able to provide on the basketball court, well, now all of a sudden we can't put up with this anymore, because you're becoming less and less useful to us, and that doesn't justify your actions anymore. We can no longer look the other way. And so that's really all it is. We've seen it 1,000 times with other players, and this is just the latest example. But I'm gonna say this because old school guy, and people are saying, what type of treatment does he need? The treatment that he needed when this first started happening was a foot in the ass, all right? Fist to the face, if you will. Because here's the thing. He's doing that by and large to people who he knows can't or won't hit him back, or he won't have to deal with any sort of repercussions from a physicality standpoint in the moment for his actions. Yeah, you can hit Jordan Poole. He's a little young dude, and he didn't see it coming, which was some sucker stuff anyway. So, yeah, you can sucker punch Yusuf Nurkic. He's not expecting it. He doesn't see it coming. And it's not like y'all are going to go to, Kermit Washington, Rudy Tomjanovich, or Sixers and Celtics fisticuffs right there at half court. It's not going to happen. So by and large, you're going to be able to get away with what you're about to pull. But there's nobody either on the team that would check that, and there's certainly not any enforcers in the league that would deal with that, because obviously there's no longer the Charles Oakleys, the Xavier McDaniels, the Davis boys, the Maurice Lucases of the world. You think he would be pulling this on the court if those dudes was around? That would be stopped quickly. But and that's kind of why it is. You're like I said, you're allowed to run around and do these sorts of things, and your behavior will continue to get worse. But if somebody had hauled off and socked him the first time, you might not have this. Where's Tristan Thompson when you need him? But I don't want to belabor this point too much longer. I don't want this video to go too long, so I've kind of said my piece on this. I will say this. Let me say this, because I do need I do want to touch on this, because this guy, let me say, this guy right here has probably cost the Warriors, it's cost them potentially one championship and potentially multiple ones, because obviously he got suspended, even though I think that suspension was kind of garbage. As we know, in Game 5 of the 16 finals, and obviously they end up losing that series. He ran the best player out of town in terms of Kevin Durant, potentially costing them at least one more championship and potentially multiple ones. That's we don't know that for sure. And yeah, I mean, it's at a point where the Warriors have got to, I guess, do something now, because they don't have any other choice. And here we are, unfortunately. We'll see what happens after he comes back from this indefinite suspension. But yeah, that whole thing is garbage to me. And like I said, there are other players that need to be held to account for their actions or inactions as this has played itself out over the past several years. But at any rate, what do you think about Draymond, what he did, the response, the Warriors part, the league's part? Let us know in the comment section. As always, thank you for spending a few moments with us. And as we like to end every video with, tell the ones that you love them. Peace.